Welcome back to the Cracked and FAANG YouTube channel. Today we're solving one of the easy questions to learn two pointers. 392 is subsequence. Given two strings s and t, return true if s is a subsequence of t or false otherwise. A subsequence of a string is a new string that is formed from the original string by deleting some, or can be none, of the characters without disturbing the relative positions of the remaining characters, i.e. ACE is a subsequence of ABCDE, while AEC is not. So let's look at a basic example. We have our string S, string T, ABC, and A, H, B, G, D, C. So we can see that this is a subsequence because we can find an A in the first one, we can find a B in the both of them, and there's also a C. And also the order is maintained where the A comes before the B, comes before the C. There are some characters in between, but as we see here, the subsequence allows us to basically just get rid of those if we need them. So because we can find A, B, C in that order with some or none characters between them in T, then we have found a subsequence. So the algorithm here is relatively straightforward. Obviously, this is an easy question, so it's not going to be too complicated. What we're going to do is we're going to have 2 pointers. So one for S and one for T. And what we're going to do with these 2 pointers is basically they're going to start at the beginning of both strings, and we're going to check, do the characters equal each other? So in this case, does A equal A? So in this case, it does, which means that we found a character. So now we can move our pointers up. So now they're going to be pointing at B and H. Now we're going to compare H to B. Obviously, they're not equal, so we need to keep going forward in T to see if we can find that B, because S is kind of the target. So then we move to B. Now B equals B, which is good. So that means that we can move our pointer forward in S. So now we're at C. And then we can move it up forward in T as well. So we'll get to G. Obviously, G doesn't equal C, so we move forward again. We get to D. D doesn't equal C. Then we get to C, and they equal each other, so that means we can go forward in S, but we hit the end of the string, so that means we were able to find our solution. So that's really all we want to do. 2 pointers, one for S, one for T, and we're going to compare the values at the pointers. If they are equal, then we can move both pointers up. Otherwise, we'll move our T pointer up by 1 in search of that character that we're currently looking for at S, which is pointed at by its own pointer. And either we'll find all the characters or we won't. So that is basically how the intuition for our algorithm will work. Now let's actually go and code this one up. Okay, let's now code this up. Remember that we need 2 pointers, and we're going to have a pointer for the S string and a pointer for the T string. So we're going to say S pointer, pointer equals to T pointer, and obviously these will start at the beginning of each string. Now what we need to do is iterate over our strings, and we want to make sure that we don't actually have a out of bounds error. So let's just check that we're within the string. So we're going to say while S pointer is less than the length of S, and the T pointer is actually less than the length of T. Sorry, T pointer is less than the length of T. What we can do is we want to check the value at these pointers in both of our strings. So we're going to say if S of S pointer equals to T of T pointer, then we know that we found the match on the characters and we can move both pointers up. And so we're going to say P, so we're going to say the S pointer is going to equal to 1, plus equal to 1. Otherwise, we just want to move the right pointer up. So we're going to say T pointer plus equals to 1. And you'll notice that we don't have to write the T pointer here because it's going to get incremented anyway. So we don't want to double increment it. So we can just put it down here. And yeah, there we go. So either we're going to basically find the characters or not. But how do we actually determine? Because as you can see, there's no return statement within our while loop. The only thing we need to do is if our S pointer at the end of this loop is actually pointing to basically the end of the string, that means that we were able to get through it fully. And if that's the case, then that means that we were able to basically find our subsequence. Otherwise, we didn't. So all we need to do is return whether S, this should be pointer, S pointer is actually equal to the length of S, because that means that we were able to get through the entirety of S, and now we have found our subsequence. So let's just run this and we're good to go. So boom. Okay, cool. So what is the time and space complexity here? So oops, why is that there? So the time here, in the worst case, we're gonna have to go through the entirety of our strings here, right? In the worst case, they're gonna be the same length and they're gonna be the exact same string. So we have to check every single element here, which means that our big O is going to be, I guess, the maximum of the length of S, or the length, or actually I guess it's the minimum, because you're gonna have to, yeah, it's the minimum because you're only gonna have to go through one. So the minimum of the length of S and the length of T, because that's all you're gonna have to process. Because of our kind of loop here. So you're only gonna have to process whichever one is shorter. And that's the amount of comparisons that you're gonna need to do. For the space complexity, we only have 2 extra pointers, so this is just going to be some constant space. So that is your solution. Nice, easy warm-up question. Nice to practice with 2 pointers, and nothing really too crazy. Just learn the basics. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you learned something today about 2 pointers. If you did, why not leave a like and a comment? Helps the channel grow. Subscribe to help me reach 20,000 subs, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.